all back with me today. This is the Country Boy Show, and I am Steve Allen, your host for the day. If you had a chance to watch my last video, I talked about bullying. B-U-L-L-Y-I-N-G. Bullying. And I talked about how bullying comes in many different forms. Most of us think bullying is for youth. Some of them think, well, you know, your kid's walking to school or you're riding the school bus and two or three other kids that kind of gang up together, they come together and they're going to bully your child. Okay? You know, I was thinking about it one day and I thought, you know, I was bullied. Didn't even realize it. Of course, back in my day, bullying, I don't know if the word bullying existed. You know, we didn't have the media. TV wasn't really much, you know. It was true news. We actually had real news of things that happened. Not something the newspaper or media make up or fill in the blanks. Okay? Second world world was a little different back then. Maybe we didn't hear about it. But, you know, one thing we didn't have was everybody had a phone. Everybody's taking a picture. Everybody had their own voice, which is good. I'm not knocking. I mean, we live in a different age than I grew up in. Okay? But bullying. I remember a simple thing, and it still bothers me today, some 60 plus years. Yes, I'm getting old. But we carried lunches in a lunchbox. And most of them was a metal lunchbox. And there was me and another kid, that had the same first and last initials. Okay? His name was Steve Ashbaker, S.A. Mine was Steve Allen, S.A. So my dad, doing the good thing a father should do, I remember that gray and red lidded metal lunchbox. With his pocket knife, he loved pocket knives. Everybody had pocket knives in those days. You know, today, another whole story, but pocket knives. I've got to get back to you about pocket knives. Yes, pocket knives. Anyway, we're not on pocket knives today. We are on bullying. In fact, the title today, I just got thinking about this, you know. I thought, I don't want to use bullying again. So I made some notes here. Intimidation. Rankism. So let's make this title say Rankism in the workforce. Okay? Rankism in the workforce. That's your title. Rankism in the workforce. We all relate. But anyway, back to lunchbox. Clear up my throat here. Allergy season. Anyway, Steve Ashbaker, S.A. Steve Allen, S.A. But my name, middle name, started with an S also. Steve Stanford Allen, S.S.A. My dad was so proud of putting this, scratching it in with his pocket knife on my lunch pocket. S.S.A. I saw nothing wrong with it. But there was one kid on my school bus, which was a year older than me, had to make something out of it. He started calling me. Now this is little tiny letters on a lunch box. And this kid didn't even go in the same class as I did because he was a year older. He started calling me ass. Okay? Now, words like that usually weren't used very often in those days, kind of like the F word. I mean, you didn't even use that word. If you did, your parents would have beat you half to death with a 2x4. Yeah. But today everybody uses it. Well, I can't say everybody. I don't. Okay? But it wants to slip into your mind once in a while. But anyway, SSA. Ass. Was that bullying? It bothered me. I still remember it today. I remember it enough to be telling you on this YouTube series. To tell the world that I was bullied and I was upset. I'm going to take my glasses off. I'm seeing some reflection in the camera there. Anyway, bullying or rankism in the workforce. Which brings me to a topic of us working. Raise your hand if you've been bullied in the workforce. Raise your hand if you've been, raise two hands, if you've been bullied by a supervisor or management in the workforce. Rankism in the workforce. People can affect other people and how you work, what kind of job you put out, whether you quit and find a different job even though you like what you were doing. Money is always a factor, but I don't think in all cases money is going to get you will quit. It's probably because of maybe rankism. Somebody, let's say your manager, let's say your supervisor, let's say whatever title you want that's supposedly supposed to be the leader. They're the ones that's supposed to plan how this all happens and how things are going to take place. They're supposed to be there to give you helpful suggestions. They are there not to change their mind twice or 3 times in the same 2 hours. To me, that's an unstable person. You don't come out in the workforce and say, this is what we're going to do today. And 2 minutes later you say, I changed my mind, I think we're going to do this today, which is not the same. And 2 hours later, they change it again. Something's wrong there. What happens when management, upper management, you lose, let's say you have 300 employees. And in a year's time, you now have 150 employees. You're running short-handed. And the word is out on the streets. Okay? Don't work there because of poor management. So where's this problem come from? You know, let me give you an example. Let's say you work here at a particular place, and they decided to hire a top new manager, even though the 2 under them did a very good job for 2 years of managing. Management up here decided to put somebody else in here above these 2 people. Okay? So, this person came in from out of town. They came from some place in the world, and I'm not mentioning it, that those people think they're important. They're more important than the rest of the world because they came from X city. Okay? So, what have we got here? Like I said, I made some notes here. Bullying can be a force, threat, coercion, abuse, intimidation. We're getting close there. Dominant. They can dominate. often, repeated, and habitual. Okay, they could often repeat it and be habitual on this problem. Rationalization, social class, your race, your religion, your gender, your sexuality. Okay, these can all affect somebody. Okay, they can do it with emotional, verbal, physical. They won't chase you around with a 2-4 and beating on you. They just have a way of threatening you. And I don't care who you are, whether you need that job or not for an income, that you care about money. You all care about money. And second of all, you don't want to be fired. Right? Who does it make you feel like? You feel like you are no good. A direct result of bullying by somebody up here that has nothing to do with you, because you have been here for years. Upper previous management liked you. In fact, they loved you. In fact, they thanked you. In fact, they complimented you on what you did. Then one person can destroy you. Attitude of one person, maybe because they don't have what's the word I'm trying to say? They don't feel good about themselves. And they can't stand to have somebody else that might know something more than they do. So they have to put everybody else under them. Emotionally, they're going to destroy everybody under them to make them look good. A form of bullying. Bullying in the workplace. Rankism in the workforce. That is what happens in our worlds today. 150 people quit in 1 year, and they can't hire anybody else. And when they do hire, they're losing 80% of the new hirees after a month or two. Tells you something, there's a problem. And it tells you there's something up here that's not controlling this something here. And these two people, by the way, have been fired. Okay? One person. We've got one person now. No other management or supervisors in this spot. Now we got the workforce down here. How long do you think this operation is going to last? If you worked in it, what would you do if you had this situation? Some of you maybe have had it. I'd like to hear from each and every one of you. I'd like to hear your reports. I'll put it on. I mean, if you want to, I'd love to call you. We could record this. Yeah, we could Skype this. Yeah, I could do that. And I'd put it right here. I'd like to have a two-way conversation with some of the situations. And I know some of you are burning. You burn every day when you have to go to work because you have to be there, because money, it's your support, it's your income. Some of you just love it. You don't want to leave this situation. Even if you're retired, you make friends on the outside world. Okay? Friendship with others binds people together. It takes bullying out of a story when people are bound together for the good. I know there's a lot of crap going on in our world today, and it's destroying our world. Anyway, contact me. Email me. Steve@sundogfilmproductions.com. I'll put it right here on the bottom of my website right here. Okay? And if you take Steve out of the picture, you got sundogfilmproductions.com. That's my website. Is that cool? You can even check me out on my website. See if I'm really a person. And of course, you're watching me on video on YouTube. I'm so cool. I got over 10 million hits. Yes! I'm pushing the 13,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit 100,000 subscribers. Yes, 100,000. That's my next goal. Okay? And it's people like you that make it happen. Anyway, I think I'm going to be back one more time. This topic is too big. Too big. There's too much of it in America. There's too much of it in the world. Things we haven't even thought of. Things I hadn't thought of. But when you see it, and let's say you live it, you've lived with it, and it might be in the workforce, and it might be at home, and it might be on the street. It might be in your marriage, your family, your children, your wife, your husband, the dog. Okay? Do you dominate your dog? Yeah, your dog. Hey, I got a story about that. Okay? When you try to dominate your dog, guess what? They get tired of it. They curl up in the corner or they come back and bite you. Okay? And it takes months for somebody that loves that dog to get them out of it. Sometimes they'll never get out of that. Bullying in a dog. That's a topic. That's a title right there. Bullying in a dog. Bullying with a dog. No, that's not bullying. That's not bullying with a dog. Bullying with a dog. Yeah. How about bullying with a movie star? Yeah. Bullying with your wife. See, I've got to add this, okay? I've got to do it. Anyway, thanks for visiting me. Country Boy, Steve Allen's your host. That's me. Have a great day and have a great weekend. Many weekends. Okay? I don't know which weekend you can be watching this. Maybe you'll watch it on Monday. Maybe Tuesday. Maybe no different. Okay? It's always open. Anyway, see ya. Have a great day. I'm gone. Bye.